We're gonna start with Surf Skirt today. We'll
Mhm.
get into him first, and then we'll do Little Gunner, and then we'll finish up with Coach Contra. So I'll let you start. What is your impression of Surf Man? How did you enjoy listening to his catalog?
I would say first impression, first of all, excuse me, I was about to yawn. That's a little disrespectful there. He has a lot of albums. I think I counted 11 albums that he has out on Spotify, which is impressive. I thought he was pretty good first listen. He'll have a couple bursts where he'll like flow pretty well. He can rhyme. I think he's pretty good. Probably his best thing I like about him is his chorus and his hooks and things like that. Pretty catchy. But overall, I'm not gonna lie. After listening to some of his older stuff and then some of his newer stuff, I feel like it sounds a lot of the same. The more I listen to it, I feel like it was maybe repetitive. Just a lot of his voice. I feel like he wasn't challenging himself or maybe evolving himself as an artist over time. So like, I just felt like I was listening to a lot of the same stuff. Maybe not too much like stood out to me. That really wasn't a song. I was like, oh, this one is like fire, the beat, whatever the case was. So maybe got a little bit old after a while. I want to see him like challenge himself, but I think he has some good songs. I like I think I like his voice, but I'm curious what you have to say about him.
I I'll say this. I agree and I disagree. I told you guys earlier off camera that really recently when we review these artists, and we had a lot of time in between last time we reacted to them and now reviewing them. So, but although even we have more time, it doesn't mean that like I listen to them every single time. I mean, like I have set times where I listen to these artists, and I kind of
Mhm.
like I get in my zone, I listen to their music, and then I write my stuff down, and then I might play their shit in my car a little bit more, just get a little, to feel the vibes differently. Um, I like Surf. I thought he was dope. I think one thing I was gonna say is, like, doing this journey, I've become so open to. I become more open to music and styles of music, and especially in hip hop. Like, uh, whereas I think listening to the Fredos and the Gucci's and the Dracos have kind of have kind of opened and expanded my ear to a new sound, and I
Mm,
think that Surf
which definitely is in this
he
that
falls
realm.
into that realm.
Yeah.
Um, I think now people could play that same arena, but the level of skill may be different. Um, I don't think he sounds exactly the same. I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
Going back, and I said this off camera too. Going back to the tragic interview, um, you know, I tend to try to say avoid the older music anymore because of the fact that, like, when Tragic pointed out to us that he made cabinets when he was 17, and he's grown and matured and changed over the past 5 6 years, so his music's different. So when I'm listening to these artists' music, I tend anything I see from like 2019 or before, I don't listen to in the first run through. I try to base my opinions of the reviews on um the more recent releases, because to me that will tell you who they are as an artist now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because they change a lot. So
Well,
I
yeah.
will.
I'm saying my opinion is I don't think he changed a lot because I did listen to his
Well,
old
see,
stuff.
and see, this is why I listened to two main albums. I ran through for this review purpose. I have listened to more since then, but for when I did the review, I listened to two albums. I listened to 2021's Planet Surf 2, which was like a collab project with like Groovelli. I don't know if he like, I think he executive produced the album. Um, and then 2022's From Zone 6 with Love. And they're very different.
Hmm.
They're very different projects. Planet Surf, it gave me, I like the production of the album a lot. It was very, I don't want to say trippy, but it kind of, it had a little trippy vibe to it. It just like
Mhm.
more singy, that melodic rapping, you know what I mean? Where, he's like, songs like Above Me with Baby
Oh,
Gucci,
that's a great song
and
actually.
that great. Yeah, it was a great song, but that's kind of the vibe of that project. And then you listen
Mhm.
to From Zone 6 with Love, and it's a rougher, meaner, more rap heavy project. There are some songs that still feel in that other pocket, but he's definitely like a song with children,
Yeah, that's a good song.
different flows. He's ripping that shit. He's rapping on that
Yeah, he
shit.
is. Yeah.
So like I can't say he sounds exactly the same, because
Mhm.
he sounds like, I wouldn't think if someone played me the song Above Me and then played me Children back to back, I wouldn't know it's the same artist, me personally. So I was kind of shocked to hear you say that he sounded exactly the same.
Mhm.
I get what you mean, though, probably in the sense that the majority of his music kind of has that comes in that same pocket, but he
Mhm.
definitely has different flows and versatility. I think it's just if he wants to play into it more or not. But that's really
Mhm.
his up to him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think he can because I just give you reasons why I think he can. But, there's like songs like Highlight. I thought he was dope, man. He sing and rapping, or the sing rap slash rapping.
Mhm.
What I'm saying, the melodic rapping versus just actually rapping. I thought he did both well. I
Mhm.
enjoyed him. Again, it's I've become a fan of this style of music now because
Mhm.
of the other artists we covered beforehand. But to stand out, you have to be really, really good in that lane.
Exactly.
So that's my fear going forward, and we'll talk about it because I think we talk about Gunner, he kind of falls in the lane too, and it's like if you're not exception, I said this before, but and I think I go back to the Big Baby Gucci review. I said I become I can respect it if you're great at your craft in your lane. Like it may not be my pocket or my style, but if you're great in that in your at what you're
Mhm.
doing, I'm gonna like it because it's great music still. You know what I mean? If that makes any
Yeah,
sense?
of course.
Not everybody can be I just my fear going forward is that they're all in the same pocket
Mhm.
and I don't want them all to start to sound exactly the same because that's kind of what happens. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it works. Like I said on something above me with Big Baby Gucci, it works. It was fire.
It might be my favorite song of his.
But like and that's the problem. Like is it because of the Big Baby Gucci feature?
Yeah, right?
Is it because it has that pocket style? Like I don't know. Just going forward, I kind of fear that, you know, because we're gonna talk about who our favorite of the week is. I'm sure yours was too.
Mhm.
Will be Coach Contra when we get to them, but they're different compared to these
Yeah,
guys.
of course.
So it's like I, I enjoyed Surf. I enjoyed those two projects. I had a bunch of songs from him on my playlist, and I'll probably go back and listen to him again. And you know, I would tell people to listen to him. I recommend him, but I don't know if I walked away.
Yeah, blown away.
Yeah, I don't know if I walked away from listening to him where I was like, oh man, this is something different and unique and
Mhm.
like he has versatility. He has the ability to rap. He has the ability to be melodic and sing and make different kind of songs. Like I said, Children was a standout for me on the views from Zone 6 with Love. Zone 6 is in Atlanta, by the way. East side of Atlanta specifically. Um Shout out to Atlanta, although I've never been there. uh
This man fucking talking
but
about that all the time. Like, you
huh?
grew up there. You always talking about
Well, I
Atlanta.
grew up a big Ti fan.
Oh,
And Ti's from Bankhead, which is the west side of Atlanta, which is Zone 4, I believe.
giving
Look at
directions right
my I know Atlanta, baby. Let me not say that because people from Atlanta are probably like, who the fuck is
Who
this
the
guy?
fuck is this guy?
But no,
Where do you think he stands in that lane, though? Like, do you think he is up there with the Gucci?
well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's I would have to sit with his music a little longer. I mean, I know it's been a minute
Yeah,
because I've been listening to like I loved Big Baby Gucci when we covered him.
me too. I still do.
And even Fredo. And I saw Fredo live, which he was dope. And like even Draco kind of plays in this pocket a little bit. I mean, like they all kind of play in that in this like this
Yeah.
melodic singing, the
I
era
feel like
that
the auto tune is like a big part of it too. It's just like the sound, I guess.
yeah.
The aesthetic.
I would say he's definitely in a top half of them. Like if there was like if we had to have like a I'm not sure if he's in the top tier of that style, but he's definitely in like he's above
Mhm.
average for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I
So
would say he's above average. Like I said, I think he's pretty good. But that's the thing. Maybe it's just because we've been listening to so many artists, review some artists that for me, I was like, yeah, he's good. He doesn't for me to have someone in my recurring playlist out of all these people I'm listening to, you have to really stand out. So for him, like there's nothing was terrible, but it wasn't like, oh, I gotta listen to this, every day.
I would say I agree with you on that front. It's like, now that we're doing this and we're covering these artists, week to week and we're, listening to this music, if it's gonna be the same pocket, same style,
Mm-hmm.
you have to excel in
You have to
that.
stand out or
Yeah, because it's gonna
something.
become very difficult. And especially and I don't like the one-to-one comparisons because I don't like
Yeah, it's not fair.
yeah, it's because art is subjective and I hate pitting people against one another. But in the same week we covered Coast Contra, it's almost like not fair because they
Yeah.
hit strings of hip hop that I love.
Exactly.
If that makes any sense. So when I'm hearing this, it's kind of hard for me to be like, you know what I mean? It's difficult. It's very hard to
Yeah.
then like in the same review surf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I thought he was good. I would listen to him again. Again, I would recommend people to listen to him. I think he has some good hits. I don't know. I think Planet Surf overall they better as a project. That was a fun project, man. The production there was fucking crazy. I enjoyed all the beats.
That's also why I think my input's a little unfair, is because you probably did a better strategy of listening. Like I felt like he had so many albums, so I just listened to like a couple random songs of each project, just to kind of get a variety of his different spaces throughout different times. But maybe it would have been better to just listen to his newest last two albums full through. So maybe I just gotta play around with how I listen to these artists. But that's just how I did it. So maybe that's why. And also, like if I play it on shuffle, maybe that's why I'm saying, oh, it's repetitive. Maybe it's just a couple random songs that sound repetitive. So I could be wrong for sure. He's definitely someone worth listening to. It's not like I'm never gonna listen to him again. So I could dive in. He has
100%.
11 fucking albums. So
Yeah, I would say for me, and just to give you, if I give you any kind of like tip on that, is like I said, when I'm doing the actual reviews, I usually choose 2 or 3 projects and I run through them, and I base it off of that. But then before we film, usually I will be in my car, and then I will play them on shuffle, because then you can hear a hidden gem that maybe is from 2018 or
Yeah.
was a Lucy that they just kind of put out. Like when we talk about Gunner, it's like there were songs I heard today in the car that I was like, oh, I never heard. I didn't hear this one. And he has a pocket, which we'll talk about when we get there. But it helps then kind of broaden your horizon a little bit, because it's listen to music is everybody consumes music differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what
for
kind of setting
sure.
you're in. What kind of, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
when I'm at home, my headphones on, I'm actually trying to listen and like break it down. But in my car, it's just a vibe, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different. But yeah, again, overall, I enjoyed Surf. I would recommend to you guys to go check out Surf. If you listen to Surf, let us know some of your songs that you like by him.
Yeah, let's hear your top like 3 or 5.
I'll give you a couple from each from albums I like. From Planet Surf 2, which came out in 2021. Above Me, featuring Baby Gucci, which we already mentioned. Breathing, Blowing Smoke, and then Begin. Also on From Zone 6 with Love. Like I said, How's It Feel? Children, which is a fucking awesome song. And Highlight This. There's probably some of my highlights from those 2 projects.
3 to 5. What was this?
That was 7 songs. I named 7 songs. I named 4 songs from one project and 3 from another. Don't start with that shit.
Okay.
I mean, come on, it's not that many songs. It's 7 songs I named.
All right.
Jesus.
Who are your top 3 favorite basketball players? Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Derrick Rose, Chris Paul.
Derrick Rose. Why would he ever be?
I'm just giving you an example. But anyway, what was the song that we reacted to that we chose to
Mirror.
review? Really?
Yeah.
So I guess mine would be Above Me. I have to put up there. I like Highlight This. Spaceship had a really catchy chorus for me.
That's enough songs. 3 to 5. 3 to 5.
I knew it too.
That's
As soon as I was naming the
Yeah.
4, I was like,
You got your cross 5. Like, that's it.
And then Moody was another song I kind of like. But yeah, I just listened to random order, so I haven't heard a lot of songs that you've heard. This is hard when someone has so much music. It's hard for me to choose like what I'm gonna listen to. From
I hope
them.
they can understand that. If he sees this, hope you understand too. This is a positive review. I feel like
Yeah.
it may have been a little like melancholy, but yeah, he sounds.
Yeah.
But no, I liked his music. I enjoy my time listening to him and covering
Yeah.
him, and I would listen to him again. I would recommend people to listen to him.
Hard because we did do the Fredo and Gucci.
It's just he falls in that lane.
Exactly, but
And it's
not,
like-
no
I think
offense.
he runs with him.
Huh?
I think he runs with him.
And I think they're a step above.
I think he's of like utmost quality. I'm not saying he's better than them. I'm just saying I think he's top 3 in that lane.
It could also be because like we've listened to Fredo and Gucci a little bit longer now. Some of their songs have kind of been stuck in our heads
I think
for
that's what it is.
a longer time. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if
And
like
he's got bars like the others don't.
Like, and I haven't even gone back. 'Cause it's been. I reviewed them last week because we're supposed to do this last week. I actually have gone back and listened to Surf again because I've just been listening to like
Drake's now.
that a little bit, and then listen to Chris Brown's little album and just some other. I actually was on an R&B kick from like 90s to 2000 R&B, but that's besides the point. Yeah, maybe I'll probably this week when I'm driving back and forth to work, I'll probably throw that shit on and listen to it again because again, like I said, I had some songs to the playlist. So get back to it. You know what I mean?
And I feel like lately it's just been my playlist has been like so hard because obviously I have to do whatever I'm listening to for this podcast. So if I'm not listening to that, it's hard for me to I don't know fucking listen to the new music that's coming out or whatever the case is. Like even the past artists, so many artists I like, and it's hard for me to really listen to them.
Yeah.
I mean, except for those playlists I made on Spotify, which you guys can see. So like that helps just on shuffle. But listen to that song with Baby Gucci. Obviously his verses were dope. So I was like, nah, I want to go back and listen to him. But
Yeah.
so have that much time, so that's something that's been pissing me off. I've been thinking about actually.
Yeah, it's like
what's gonna be in my recurrent playlist. What am I?
Well, that's
gonna
why I
listen
built
to?
the Let Me Put You On playlist on Spotify. The one I created by myself of songs that I like from these artists, because it's an easy way for me to throw that playlist on and put it on a shuffle and hear songs from Surf or
Yeah.
from Draco or from Kazi or from Eris Ray or from whoever we've covered so far. Jelani, Tragic, whoever it may be. There's songs I like from them that are on there I can listen to and
Yeah.
still hear it in my rotation. And that's probably the place I play the most in my current timeline.
And I think one thing too that you made me think about is when you listen to music for like these different artists, like that's good to have a shuffle of different songs that you like from different artists, and it's all jumping together. I feel like when you're just listening to one artist at a time and just their shit, if they're not amazing, maybe sometimes you will just think it's repetitive or you just get tired. Maybe that could be with any artist, even the greats. So maybe that's one thing is the variety of switching back and forth instead of just listening to one person for mad long. I feel like maybe that'll get tiring.
I don't think there's one artist you could play.
Yeah.
Like, say if I was going on a 4-hour drive, I love J. Cole, and I would need something else in there. I would need something else in there to give me. I just need, what I mean. Sometimes you need a bop, or you need a song you can sing along to, or
variety.
Yeah, it's so you're right. When we're covering these artists, it can become very repetitive and very hard to digest the music, because if it all sounds the same, it kind of starts.
That speaks to the greats, though, when you don't get tired of it. You listen to them for like 2 weeks straight and nothing but their shit. And that's how for me at least, I could tell the difference between like